Well, here at Pennfield High School, wrapping up week number 1 and game number 1 of our 2018 high school opening week. The Pennfield Panthers falling tonight to the Williamston Hornets by a score of 51-16. Game got out of hand really quick.
It did. It got out of hand in a hurry. 3 and outs to start for the Panthers. But then we started to see them get it together a little more, which it's hard to do when you get down by a lot. So there's positives to take away, but not the way you want to start a season for sure.
Yep, as Williamston actually scored 30 points all in the first quarter. It was 4 straight 3 and outs, including a fumbled punt that ended up turning into a safety, and that is where the game kind of started going downhill. Of course, Pennfield still gave it their best effort. They did put together 2 scoring drives, including one late in the first quarter into the second quarter. It was sparked by Marcus Roberts and his 62-yard run. He did have a pretty big night tonight, 160 yards on 17 carries.
Yeah, he did, and Pennfield's defense was just having trouble figuring out how to slow him down, but it wasn't due to mistakes as much. In fact, it was a very clean game, very few penalties, very few turnovers. They were just outpowered.
Yeah, and with Pennfield, they did have 280 yards of total offense net. They only had 1 penalty, which was just a false start. But yeah, overmatched for sure. Williamston racked up 404 yards of net offense tonight. Austin Stifler, their senior quarterback, accounted for 3 touchdowns, 2 through the air, 1 on the ground. And then Kerry Haney had 3 touchdowns of his own, a kickoff return, a touchdown reception, and a huge 96-yard run that kind of put the game out of hand.
Yeah, and so Pennfield, the task at hand now, get back to practice, go over some of the things, try to get off to a better start in your next matchup as you're getting ready to start conference play. Just use this as a learning experience, pick yourself back up from it. There were a lot of positives. So just try to put it together, get back at it next week.
And they open up conference play next week in the Interstate 8 on the road at Jackson Northwest. We'll be on the road tomorrow night as we make our way down to Teconcha as the St. Philip Fighting Tigers and the Teconcha Indians will square off in 8-man play. It's a non-divisional game in the Southern Michigan 8-man league as St. Phil is in the A division, Teconcha in the B division. And St. Phil definitely has a little bit of motivation after falling for the first time in school history to Teconcha last year. And not only that, that was on homecoming.
Yeah, so definitely reason to be motivated for that, and hopefully they can accomplish what they're setting out to do.
Yep, and we'll have that preview for you online at 953wbck.com on Friday morning into the afternoon hours. Of course, scrolling below, all the scores from the Thursday night contest, including the new era at Lakeview as Jerry Diorio took over as the head coach there. We'll see how they did against Niles. And, of course, our game of the night here on 95.3 WBCK. Tomorrow night, 6:35 from Teconcha, as St. Philip will square off with the Indians in game number 2 of week 1 of the high school football season. We'll see you online at 953wbck.com.